The United States, one of the most advanced nations on Earth, is actually behind the times when it comes to one thing. It is one of the few countries on Earth that has not elected a female president. In its 229 years of being a country, not once has a woman been elected. The United States ranks 97th in the world when it comes to women in politics, behind countries like Cuba, Sweden, Rwanda, and South Africa. Granted, this also has to do with the lack of women in politics in the United States. There just aren't that many women who are qualified to be president, not as many as men anyway. But that seems strange since the United States is a leading advocate of women's rights. Plus, we have seen that being qualified does not necessarily dictate whether or not a candidate is fit for presidency. During the 2016 election, many Democrats thought that America was finally going to achieve the milestone of electing a female president, but that, as we all know, did not happen for one reason or another. One has to wonder, would anything be different if a woman ran America? Today, Life's Biggest Questions asks, what if America had a female president? Hello and welcome back to LBQ. I'm Charlotte Dobre. Don't forget to like and subscribe and let us know in those comments what topics you would like to see next. Firstly, if America had a female president, she would be called Madame President. Her husband, rather than the First Lady, would likely be called First Gentleman, though the exact name is uncertain because the United States has never had a First Gentleman. Maybe he would be like First Man or something, but that's besides the point. Furthermore, the media would portray a female president in a different way than they portray their male counterparts. News outlets would often cover and criticize her physical appearance, like what color pantsuit she chose to wear, rather than her policies. There are many countries in the world that have paved the way for women in politics. Britain had Margaret Thatcher, the Iron Lady, who ended up being Britain's longest-serving prime minister of the 21st century. She was called the Iron Lady for her tough leadership and uncompromising politics. Germany has Angela Merkel, someone who's been compared to the Iron Lady, who has served as the Chancellor of Germany since 2005. Merkel demonstrated that she was a gallant leader when it came to the refugee crisis and has been described as the most powerful woman in the world. But if America had a female president, one can assume that there would be backlash. It would be an incredible step forward in a country that has yet to elect a woman. But for that reason, she would be judged very harshly by those who do not support her, just like how Barack Obama was treated because he's African American. In the same way that Obama was criticized by racists, America's female president would be criticized by misogynists. Don't believe me? Check out the comment section of this video. Hey, women won the right to vote much later than men and are still climbing the ladder of equality. That's according to Michael Genovese and Janie Steckenrider of Loyola Marymount University. And for this reason, women have been kept out of the White House. Perpetuated stereotypes about a woman's ability to govern are still prevalent and also keep women out of office. The idea of women being too emotional, their tendency to act on impulse, and being too sensitive to criticism. Truthfully, in terms of policy, not much would be different if a woman ran the United States. The terms by which she governs would have a lot to do with her values, just like a male president. If she's a progressive president, she would be more lenient when it comes to things like abortions. A progressive female president would also value things like government programs and put an emphasis on immigration and refugee programs. If Madame President is a Republican, she would be against abortions. She would value a free market system, reduce taxes, and create jobs where possible. The ability to govern does not depend on gender or what time of the month it is, if you catch my drift. It depends on a person's political ideology, policy, and decision making. So, will America ever have a female president? Well, perhaps that's a topic for another Life's Biggest Questions. For now, I'm Charlotte Dobre and thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, you'll love our playlist Biggest What Ifs, clickable on the screen right now. As always, make sure you click that bell so you never miss a video.